New Directions Addiction Recovery Services is the non-for-profit organization that is behind the Other Side project. The Other Side is a substance-free bar for the community, for people to come and hang out who are trying to live a substance-free lifestyle. And also, it's a place that's designed to unify the sober community as well as provide, just a substance-free place for people to get together. It actually it happened in a kind of roundabout, backwards way. I have a construction company that I started, I think in 2009, and we did very well our first year, and we came about, doing well in the construction industry. And I moved into this unit that the Other Side is located in my front office about like a year and a half ago, and it just progressively started becoming a place where people would hang out on a regular basis.
It quickly became just a place where when work wasn't being done, people would come back here. We got a ping pong table, and gradually more and more people just started to show up. And
at one point, decided to have like a really large party. We had an incredible turnout, which was 60 to 70 people. For the first time we ever had a get together, we had a DJ, some makeshift lights, and some makeshift activities, and it just kind of progressed from there. And now the Other Side has completely taken over this location, and the construction company no longer uses any of the space because the Other Side has gotten so large. Well, I'd say that my past with drugs and alcohol was it's a factor in this. I started in early high school, I'd say my 8th grade summer before I was going into my freshman year of high school. I started drinking, I'd say, 14, 15, I don't remember the age. And it slowly progressed. I drank and I liked the effect that was produced by alcohol. So I was more than willing to try, other substances that other people were trying. And I started smoking weed, and I liked the effect that was produced by that. And slowly, I started to progress to other things like prescription drugs, and obviously I like the effect produced by those, and I kept raising the bar, and I wasn't experiencing very many consequences, until I had really kind of crossed that invisible line into addiction, and from just normal abuse or drug experimentation, and I started getting into heavier things like cocaine. And then eventually I had found the drug that really had really got a hold of me, and that was heroin. And heroin, I was an active heroin user, and on a daily basis for about a year and a half. I was shooting heroin, and it was a terrible lifestyle, and you can only, I guess, go on so long. But that is really, where I had ended up when I first started drinking and I first started using, small drugs or minor drugs, so you could say. I never saw myself, as a heroin addict. That wasn't, the end goal.
Drugs and alcohol, pretty much almost ruined our family. It was really rough times. A lot of fighting, a lot of late nights where he would come home after a night of drinking and using, and I tried to be going to sleep for school the next day, and it was just a really bad time. Well, the fact that my brother was, out using, my parents, none of us really knew where he was a lot of the times, and we know that he was in really dark spots in his life, and really put a lot of stress on everybody in our family, because we all wanted to help him, but he didn't want to be helped. It just brought everybody down, but it also brought us closer together, because we were, we found strength in just our family. Even when he wasn't there, we would come together, and we'd just be there for each other.
To quit, it wasn't as so much hard as it was not knowing what the problem was, or I knew I knew I was addicted to drugs and I couldn't stop using drugs, but I didn't know why I was addicted to drugs and why I couldn't stop using drugs. So, you know, there's plenty of programs out there that help people with that, and I was able to get in touch with one of those programs, and I was able to see how other people had gotten sober, and I was able to follow in their steps and listen to, you know, the advice that they had and the things, you know, that they recommended me doing. And as I followed in their footsteps, I started to get the things that they had been getting, and, you know, and receive, you know, the benefits of sobriety that they had been receiving. I think one of the biggest things is when I went through high school, I didn't even know that living a sober life was really an option. If we were going to go out and have, you know, fun, we were going to go out and we were getting high or we were going to get drunk, and that was just pretty much it. Otherwise, we weren't doing anything that night. So I just want people, you know, to come here, realize that you can have fun, that there is an alternative, and that you can do all the things and achieve all the things that you are trying to do with, you know, substances. You know, it's sober. You can do it, and that's, I think, the most important thing, is that people to know that it's possible and that know that it's an option. It's not going to be a rec center, you know what I mean? It's not going to be some, you know, small, like, child safe, you know what I mean, place. So it's like, it's going to be edgy. You know, we're going to have hip hop, you know what I mean, live hip hop. We're going to have, you know, things that a normal bar or a normal music venue would do. And it's not going to be, you know, boring, or it's going to be a bar. It's just going to have no booze in it. And I think that's the biggest thing that I want to portray to everybody, is that, you know, you're not, the only thing you're missing is the booze. So, you know, if you can come out, you know, hang with us, because I guarantee you we party harder than most people that are getting messed up. So I think that's, you know, the coolest, or the thing that I want to just, you know, get out there the most. It's not, you know, just like the YMCA, you know, it's gonna be, you know, something that's fun and you're gonna want to go back to. So we don't care why you're sober for the night, but if you're sober for the night, I mean, you can come hang out at the other side. And that's, obviously we do have a large base in the recovery community, but that is by no means solely our focus as people who are in recovery from drug and alcohol addiction. You know, one of our goals at the other side, which is to unify the sober community. The sober community is it's a large, you know, variety of people, you know, whether it's, you know, drug and alcohol related, whether it's, you know, church-based, or whether it's just, you know, normal people who got to be up early for work and don't want to go out drinking. You know, our grand opening party is going to be a pretty crazy experience. From the response that we've gotten from the Chicago Tribune and WGN Radio and ABC and CBS, there's going to be a lot of people here. Then we're going to be at capacity, and we're going to have to turn people away, which is crazy, because we're going to have, you know, people are going to come to this sober bar, which has never been done before, and there's going to be a line out the door to get in. And I think it's going to be something that people did not expect, and I think it's going to be a cool experience. So our capacity is going to be just over 200 people, so we'd like to be able to accommodate, you know, just over 200 people. You know, we're going to have a huge sound system. We're going to do a lot of live music, so you can see the stage behind me. We're going to have pool tables, dartboards, you know, just TVs, projectors. I mean, it's going to be the exact same if you were to go to the most popular bar in, you know, in Crystal Lake. You're going to be able to find the exact same things here as you would there, and that's the end goal.
I honestly couldn't be more proud of my brother. He's my role model. I mean, if you would have told me like 3 or 4 years ago that my brother would open up this amazing place and be helping and reaching out to as many people as he does on a daily basis, I wouldn't have believed you. But now, every day I'm impressed with, you know, what he does with this place and what he does to improve the lives of others.
You know, people who do think that the only way to have fun is to involve drugs and alcohol, you know, I really don't have anything negative to say about that, is because, you know, that's how I lived my life for a long period of time. You know, mainly because I didn't know that there was another option. So I guess what I would say to those people is, come by, you know, check it out, you know, and then make a judgment based off of that. Because I don't know, you know, if I would have known maybe that there was an alternative, maybe that wouldn't have brought me down the road that I went down. Not saying I regret that in any way, but I'm just saying it could have turned out differently. I don't know. You know, it's nice to know that there's another option out there.